I have no idea why that won't work, guys. This is annoying me now. I don't know why it won't work today. I'm just going to have to roll with it. Sorry, guys. We're just going to, yeah. G'day, guys. I don't know why it won't rotate to work the right way. We're just going to have to roll with it so we can get something done. Yep, we'll just roll with it, make the best of it. Righto. Yeah, so head gasket. So I have, yeah, I don't know why. I still can't rotate it the right way. It's not giving me any other options, and I'm far too old and retarded to work it out. So let's roll with it, guys. Okay, I've been through and cleaned all my bolts and stuff like that. The cylinder head's clean, ready to go. Last night I cleaned out all my threads because you've got to make sure you run all your bolts through and clean all your threads out. I'm going to give this one last, I bought a better scraper today, which is here. So I'm going to go through and re-scrape and make sure that it's clean. What actually happened to the head? Okay, so basically they were new heads, right? And in the video you'll be able to see it, but right here on the ring, at the electrolysis, it just ate away at the cylinder head. So it's actually been welded up. You can see, where is it? Can't even see it anymore. It's been repaired really well. There was one spot that he didn't go as far. There. You can see it was eaten away. And these heads are new. Like, what it comes down to is the person that done the wiring on the car didn't do it properly. Basically, skipped corners and it just wasn't done well. Like, you'll notice, I was at a mate's place, and then the wire, see that wires there that run across, that's basically cable tied to the hoses. That's where the alternator's been. Instead of running the wires up and running around here nicely and doing it properly, it just, people keep asking me why someone's not around, and there's a lot of good reasons. Just, yeah, and not only that, like, look at that, that's a brand new auto. You know, it's just, anyway, but we're not here to cry and moan, we're here to talk cars and play. So yeah, projector looks mint. What are we saying? G'day mate, finally got rid of the clapped out Pajero. I got a Pajero today. I was asking for parts. You got an immaculate VY Bellina V6 also. Cool. Yep. Yeah, so I did clean this last night, but I'm just going to go through and give it one last check. I'm going to use the copper spray on the new head gasket too, and then it should be fine. Like, it's an old engine. It's nothing special. It is just a 350 Chev with a cam, roller rockers, and some aluminium heads, and some cheap aluminium heads at that. I'm not kidding myself that it's some sort of race car or anything, but you know, once it's put together and you've spent money, you do expect for it to last longer than what it did. But anyway, it is what it is, and life goes on. It's all about, you know, putting your life back together after people do the wrong thing by you, and how you behave when that happens. You can't let them beat you down. But yeah, what have we got here? We use Scotch-Brite with a spray WD-40 to clean the deck surfaces. Good once we have a bolt crap with a scraper. Yeah, I've got thinners here, and that was sort of my next step, is to clean it off properly. So I've got thinners there. WD, I'm not too sure, because I was you know, could leave a bit of an oily residue, and then yeah, I do find this silicone spray stuff, to be good. But anyway, I think everyone sort of has their own procedures they go through. I don't think it matters too much so long as you make sure it's clean, you torque it down properly, and yeah, you got to make sure you machine the cylinder heads and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. Paul, I don't know if you guys know Paul Gomez. Paul's been a lifelong friend of mine. He has a Mini with a V8 in it, a race car. Runs sort of, I think last time I heard it was like 7 or 8 second pass sort of Mini, like absolute madman. I would not get in a Mini and run 7 or 8 seconds. I wouldn't get in and run 10 seconds in a Mini, but very, very talented engine builder. Him and his son Daniel, like when I went out and saw him, I haven't seen Paul for years, but his son was like 8, and when I went there the other day, his son's bigger than me, and it's just like, is that Daniel, really? Like, you don't realise how much time flies. You know what I mean? It's good to catch up though. But Paul, like he had a billet, he wouldn't let me film. I'll get him on camera, guys. We're probably going to go and do drag week with him. He's building a Capri at the moment too, like a big horsepower Capri. So we're probably going to go do drag week with him and Daniel, which will be pretty good. I won't have any drag car or anything, but I'll just film, and it'll be good to show Daniel how to edit and film and stuff like that, because I think you guys will enjoy. I'll follow your lead on this one, on song, Mr. Boost Grumps, and I'll use the thinners. And I think the thinners is actually a good thing because of this having that Cometic stuff on there. It's going to destroy my phone, but anyway, but you can see I'm definitely haven't got too much pride to take the advice of someone such as yourself that knows what they're doing. You know what I mean? So yeah, but the boys down there at Onsong, I have to say thank you, because you come through with a coil for our rotary. I haven't had a chance to touch the rotary again. This has to be going for next Friday for my daughter's formal. So hopefully I'll get this going today and tomorrow, or at least early in the week, so I can drive it. So yeah, they've got I've done a bit of a video when I was down there at Onsong Performance, and they got quite a really nice R33 down there, a blue one, which was good to see. And we had a bit of a look at their drift cars, because I am a bit of a fan of the whole R31 Skylines with the RB30s in them, and he's building a drift car himself. And they have a awesome 13 down there, S13, but it's a coupe, not a. It's a coupe, not a hatchback like mine, but you wouldn't swap me. But anyway, knife sharpening stone, always good flat surface. Yeah, I don't want to do that on the block because I don't want to put any metal shavings into the cylinder. I can't really wash too much if I start putting metal shavings on this part of the engine, if you know what I mean, because the pistons are still in there. As it is, I've got a bit of junk in there now, which I'm going to have to get out before we go too much further. But it'll be all right. I've definitely put worse together. I remember back in the day, I had a HZ sedan, and a mate gave me a 173, and another mate gave me a cylinder head, and another mate gave me some rocker gear, and basically just smashed this thing together, and it was full of dirt. It was terrible. But I had to get to work on Monday, and yeah, she made it to work and she was mint, but yeah, she was a freaking mess, I can tell you. But Holden Red motors, you got to love them. They will run no matter what. But yeah, it should be interesting trying to do this one-handed. I don't know what's wrong with this, why it won't. Ben, thank you so much, mate. Always a massive supporter and always very appreciated, mate. Yeah, talking about sponsorships and money, I've been contacted by a tool company about a sponsorship in order for me to spend more time doing YouTube. Like, I'm not real keen on the video game ones because as you guys are well aware, I don't play video games, so it'd be a bit silly for me to try and advertise video games to you. But the tool thing, I think it'd be beneficial for everyone, because the tools that they're talking and offering are all stuff that I buy and use now. And I've actually bought tools from this company in the past, so it's not going to be a stretch to work with them to showcase some of the tools and stuff that they have. So yeah, there's a lot of jobs coming up. They also sell carbies and all sorts of stuff. Like, I think that yeah, they're not a high quality tool company, but you know, they're definitely not the worst around, that's for sure. But it's something I'm looking at the moment, so we will see. We will see. Righto, that's clean as far as I'm concerned. We'll do the cylinder head now. Read a couple of comments. I don't mind. Umbo box, stone, never had any issues. Yep. I haven't got a sharpening stone, so yeah. People watching YouTube don't pay the way most people think. Goes on the channel, absurd return. Yeah, like if I got $20, $30 out of a video that takes 3 or 4 hours sometimes to edit, yeah, I'd be very surprised. But it's sort of, for me, YouTube is, I wouldn't go as far as to say I'm fortunate, because it's a lot of hard work to get to where I'm at. But I understand that I'm in a position that a lot of people would enjoy, which I do enjoy it too. So to share, you know, but at the same time, it's what, Saturday at 5 o'clock, and I'm here working, and I'm going to be here till 8 or 9 o'clock tonight, and I'll be back here again tomorrow to work, and then I'll be to work on Monday. So it's not all just glamour, that's for sure. But anyway, it is what it is. You got to love what you do. Otherwise, you send yourself nutty. Righto. Good to see you moving forward. Always moving forward. Yeah, works out to $2 an hour. It's probably even less than that, to be completely honest. Yeah, but anyway, keep doing your mates. Always different cars to save your mind. I'm just going to go outside. I'll show you what come in this week. I had a little play with it before, but I don't really have any interest in it. There was, I'm going to find the lid to that thinner. There it is there, before I walk away. I'll show you this car. Whether I play with it or not, I'm not sure. It's not really my cup of tea, but it come in, the interior and it's mint. I'll put you on forward facing so you can look at the cars. If I got a Mini or something, or a Jag, or any other car with the interior that this thing's got, I would be so happy. But it's just it's a weird one. But yeah, it's an entry-level collector car. If someone wants this thing, get in touch with me, because I do not want to scrap it. But at the same time, if it sits here for 6 months and no one has any interest in it, it's got to go. Little Triumph. It's got a little bit of rust in it. I wouldn't say it's not rusty, but I also wouldn't say it's rusted out. But look at the interior in this thing. Like, the door trims are mint. The seats haven't got a rip in them. The dash is just perfect. I might even clean this up and get it to run. Actually, I might take it and put it through Grays Online. That's what I might do with this thing, is get it going and put it through Grays. It definitely can't be scrapped. Like, it's all there. I'm guessing it'll be corroded terminals, or the points will need cleaning, because the rest of it's all there. I might do a clean up on this actually and take it through, put it through Grays. I don't think the back of the seat is cracked either. No, it's all good. Like, look at that. Hood line is good. Crazy, isn't it? Look how good it is. What a shame it's a Triumph though. Oh, well, mate, that works for me, dude. Yeah. Well, there you go. It's got twin carbs. Like, when I turn it over, like, the gauges here, the oil pressure and that comes up. I'll grab the jump pack. We'll see if it runs, eh? Used to drive one when I was 17. All right, well, there you go. Still got, is that the standard stereo or not? Looks very standard, but everything's there. Like, it's just so clean. It's got, I don't even think it's ever been smoked in, looking at that ashtray. It's got books and everything from memory. Yeah, it has. Like, crazy. Apparently he lent it, the story goes, he lent it to his mate or something, and then when his mate gave it back to him, he changed the doors around or something. He put different doors on it, so you can see it's missing the chrome strips or something. It's got alloys in that. Most of these normally have hubcaps. It's, I don't know how clean it is in the... It's still got boot carpet, and you know, it's got a little bit of rust here, but it's not terrible. Like, it's, you know, it could be a lot worse, that's for sure. There's the chrome strips there, actually. And there's another air cleaner, another lights. Actually, it might have some more bits and pieces there. I don't know. It's sort of, she's a weird little turnout. But yeah, I don't know. It's got a tow bar. You could take your motorbikes really slowly somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind it. It's just, you know, it's not something I went and bought. It was part of another deal. But it couldn't stay there and get crushed, you know. So, I don't know. Yeah, pretty sure it's in better nick than your old one. Well, there you go. LS swap it. It's in theory, it's great to say LS swap it, but the work involved in LS swapping something is mad, you know. My forklift started working again until it didn't. But I've got a new forklift. I'm broke at the moment because I've bought it. My mate Andrew come up with another forklift. I got this one as well. It's got a patrol motor in it, that big one. It's another one, but I bought a good one. I've just got to get the money now to transport it back here. So anyway, Jag, that's what we're doing. That is what we're doing. This is Raggles. There you go. I got to buy a compression tester for this. Yeah. Righto, yep. Righto, okay. How am I going to do this single-handedly? I'm going to start by painting this with my stuff without trying to get it all on my fingers, and the phone won't work the way it's supposed to, so that's just great. Don't want to sit that there. Here we go. Didn't think this through too well, did I? Hey, I'll do a video while I do this head gasket. Yeah, great idea, Red. You've done well. Lucky you're an octopus with 14 hands. But anyway, it is what it is. What comments we got? One J, that thing, Jesus. It probably does drive quite well. But yeah, any updates on the Turbo Mazda? Today's video went up. Okay, so the video that went up today, if you watch the live stream after the video that went up this morning, that's where we're at with it. And Boost Grumps, which is on here now, another YouTube channel that's local, gave me a coil. So we have a coil for it. I just haven't had time to fit it because I've got to get this beautiful thing going. So yeah, anyway, we'll paint this with some of this copper spray to make sure she seals super uber duper good. And yeah, put it together. Every little bit helps in the world of bloody cars. But anyway, all right, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Does anyone have any ideas? All right, we're going to lean it back against there. Look at this. I'm an ideas man. Look at that. If that falls on the ground, someone's in trouble. If I spray the bottom first, it'll stick to the paper, and then we'll be cheering. What do you reckon? Righto. Doesn't get any better than that. Okay, let that tack off for a second. Whack that onto the engine, and thank you very much, Andy Pandy, legend. Appreciate the support. Really appreciate the support. Righto. So just to recap for anyone that's wondering, I have cleaned all my threads out. Very important to clean all the threads out, not just clean the threads on the bolts, but actually run them into the block to make sure there's nothing there, because otherwise when you go to tension your cylinder head, your bolts will bind up and give you a false reading on your thingo. Aussie Bogan, I'm looking for a Cressida project, car, possibly Shell. I've got a weird combo for it sitting here. I haven't seen a Cressida. Actually, how old a Cressida? I saw an old square one, but it was a bigger car though. It didn't seem like just a small sedan. It was quite a larger car. But I was out there the other day and I picked up some Falcons for a guy, and the guy was crazy on his pricing. So maybe it's not for you. Yeah. That's why I didn't. I tried to buy it off him. See, look at that. See my theory of that sticking to that? I was right. Whoop, where is it? There. Look at that. You mongrel. Right, I'm going to sit these down so I can spray that properly. Right, so I'll put this just there. I didn't think this through too well, thinking, yeah, I'll do a live stream. No worries at all. It'll be easy. Righto. Okay, that's it. Got that paper, so I just want to, use two hands for a second. Righto. This is some sticky shit, this stuff, I'm telling you. Crazy sticky stuff. Okay. It's some good gear, that stuff. Righto. So on the head, one last double check. Clean. Clean. Yeah, we're good. It's always better to have one last look, eh? There's plenty of milky oil in the engine anyway, but I don't know how I thought I was going to put that cylinder head on and hold the camera at the same time. You know, it was a bit strange. Alright. That is sitting in place as far as I can tell. Yep, we're good. Righto. Here we go. So that is now sitting in place. Now time to do bolts. What do we got? Cressida. Yep, fancy Camry. Hit the like, guys. That's it. Hit the like. Triphone with phone holder. Well, I do. It is on a. It's on a. I've got a tripod. It's on a tripod there. But when I turn my phone, see what I mean? The live stream drops out for some reason. That's why I started the second live stream. Just one of those things, guys. I either don't do the live stream or we, just roll with it. How's the Mazda coming along? The Mazda's right there. So where you've seen the videos up to as of the video this morning is where we're up to. So it's we got the coil from the boys from Boost Grumps yesterday because I've been busy working. But I've got to get this car going for my daughter. So, why did that seem much shorter? So yeah, I'm just getting this going, and then we'll be back to the Mazda. Just a case of juggling everything to try and keep everyone happy. Her graduation's pretty important to her. It's pretty important to me too, I suppose. So yeah, we're just yeah, getting that sorted, getting this sorted to go because she wants to use this for a formal. So this has sort of come forward in the agenda. This is a bit hard doing this one-handed. I might try and find somewhere to sit the phone now, which will be perhaps there like that. If I can sit that. No, that's not going to work, is it? Is that going to work? Is that going to work? No. I'll just hold it, guys, and we will just roll with it. My missus reckons I can't multitask, eh? It'll be, what was that? You'll be a natural when you cut off an arm. All the practice, yep. Something like that, yeah. But yeah, so just, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this car going again though. It's been sitting around for a while now. It sort of drives me a bit mental not having it, but everyone needs a V8 in their life, that's for sure. But yeah, if I can get the head on tonight, get the manifold on, I've got to drop the exhaust on the other side because I've got to drop the pan out of the gearbox to do the O-rings to the lock-up wires that go to the converter. In the box, it's leaking out of that O-ring. As far as I can tell, that's where it's leaking out of anyway. So, yeah, cars, there's always something wrong. Lucky we love them. Lucky we love them. Thank you very much, Andy Pandy. I really, really appreciate the effort. It really, yeah, takes a bit of effort to do videos, as Boost Grumps was saying before. There's not a lot of return at our level, but I do enjoy sharing. Looks like it's the bottom hole, top hole. Which one's that one? You only use one of the holes in the back here. I think it's the top one. It's been a long time since I've done a chev head, that's for sure. That one, or is it the next one down? One of them's the oil drain hole. Yeah, it'd be, that was good, wasn't it? So that one, yeah, it'll be that one, because that one there's the lowest one, so that'd be the oil drain. Yeah, that's an oil drain. Whoop. That was good. Yep, so the top one there. I do miss being on the toils a bit. Like, it was the wrong thing for me to be depending on someone else doing stuff for me, and things didn't really go well doing that. A lot of broken shit, but anyway, it is what it is. Righto, another one's across the bottom level. Yeah, the old Mazda, she's giving me a bit of grief. I think I just need a compression tester. I will put that coil in and give it a go, but I'm still not confident that that is going to fix our problem. There's a lot of suggestions on there. There's a lot of guys that know stuff about rotaries that have commented on the video. A few of the things, it was very hard. It was very hard, that video, because I'd been through and tested a lot of things. I'd had the thing apart, I'd cleaned all the injectors out, and I'd changed all this stuff, and there's all these comments coming up, do this, do this, do this, and I'm thinking, I've already done that, and then I thought, I'll just ignore the comments, and that way I don't have to say, look, just wait, I've done this. Oh, shit, do you know what I just done? I didn't put sealant on those bolts, so I'm going to pull them all back out again. Righto, I might, I'll put sealer on these ones and put all the bottom ones in, and then I'll pull those top ones back out. It's not going to matter, they're not torqued down, so. What do you do, guys? What do you do? It is what it is. I'm rolling old school with the old Permatex. Can you guys remember this stuff from when you were a kid? Oh, I suppose not everyone was a kid like me, were they? That's a silly comment, wasn't it? Anyway, it was the old man always had this stuff in the shed, and yeah, like, I'd never seen the likes of ultra grey or anything like that. as a young kid. The old man used this Permatex stuff. It was in a skinnier bottle, and I think it said aviation stuff. It's pretty good stuff though. Like he used it for all sorts of gasket goo and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's good as a bolt sealer because most of these bolts go into water journals and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, here's what it is. And this stuff doesn't seal hard, doesn't dry hard either. It stays soft. So it's not a bad sort of, when you're doing bolts and stuff like this, if I've got to re-torque these later, like if it gets a small oil leak or if there's an issue, I can go back in and I can actually torque them a bit further, and it won't affect the glue, you know what I mean? Like it won't crack the glue and then make them leak. So see what happens when I talk shit? I forget to do stuff. Right, what do we got? ECU in limp mode. Nah, it's not the ECU in limp mode. Past is the past, just let it move forward. That's it, mate. I agree. It's just very hard, mate. It still hurt. I used it when I did my manifold. Yep. Gotta go. Oh, good, not good. My pop used the aviation stuff when I rebuilt. Yep, that's it. I as a kid, I used to rebuild a lot of motorbikes and stuff like that. Yeah, it was something that was always, because obviously I had no money back in the day, so I just had to use whatever my old man had in the shed. And this was one of the staples that was always there, was this aviation goo stuff, whatever it's called. Permatex. Ultra grey is good stuff. We use a lot of that here. Don't really use the black too much. Black's a better product apparently, but grey is a bit more universal than the ultra black. But yeah. It's silly that like that actually worked out all right, the whole me showing you that gasket stuff, right? But with YouTube, you've got to be careful. Like I'll show you that I'm using that, and then before you know it, you've got 14 people going, "What are you using that for? It's the worst shit ever." Like YouTube is a funny world, I'm telling you. Like stuff you've done for years, and you have to hide what you do because people just carry on about nothing. Like it drives you mental. But anyway, we've got a pretty good crew here these days. I don't really put up with the crap. So, yeah. Most of the dickheads have been banned, to be honest. Too old and grumpy to put up with that garbage. More grumpy than old. I'm getting old, though. Righto. Pretty gooey sort of stuff, isn't it? I can't believe I forgot to put it on the first bolts. What a dimwit. None of you guys pulled me up, though. Geez, normally the comment section's red hot with making me bloody do the right thing. I had to delete a video once because someone had a tear because I was out the front there working under a car that was on a forklift. I jumped underneath to undo some crossmember bolts, and then you've got to delete it. Otherwise, before you know it, the freaking thought police are bloody getting you. Righto, need to find a ratchet. Oh, shit. Righto, what do we got going on? Rocky Nat's still on the card. How's the Escort going? All right, I'll explain about my cars again, okay? Been working towards the restoration business for a very long time. I buy cars all the time, then I buy wheels, I buy engines, I buy panels, and I put everything away to do those cars in the future once I stop driving my tow truck full time. I'm still buying tools. I bought a big industrial sandblasting setup last month. The Escort is there. I have got a Ford Focus on my front lawn right now with a late model Duratec motor for the Escort. So even though I haven't touched the Escort with at all, it's still there, and the 4-door one is still there. I have another Zetec motor out the front for one of the other ones that I've collected already. Once I've finished collecting a lot more stuff for my Mazda 808, I'm going to start to order a bit of stuff from Retro Ford over in the UK to start doing the conversions, because I'm going to use their conversion kits to fit up those the Duratex and Zetex. So moving forward, as always, but sometimes not as quick as a lot of people would like me to do on YouTube. But don't want to get finance, because I'm not a finance guy. I try and do everything as I go, as I can afford it. So moving forward, but at a slower rate probably than some people would like, but don't want to go broke, especially in this day and age with Joe Biden running America. Who knows what's going to happen? It's absolute madness. Yeah. I do have a video actually to do on electric cars. Just a bit of an eye-opener of things I've noticed and am worried about and have researched, because I suppose, as you guys would be well aware, I've invested a lot of my time and money into internal combustion engine stuff and everything, and it is very worrying to think that electric cars aren't going to be around. I don't think that electric cars are the future at all, and that's not just because I'm an old V8 knucklehead. That's just because I live in reality. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be an interesting talk. The different stuff that I've found and researched along the way. The different options that are going to be there for people, and a lot of the big car makers. I think a lot of it's. But see, I was going to say, now that Elon Musk has taken over Twitter, we'll hear a lot more about other alternatives, but maybe he's the wrong person to be exposing the electric car hypocrisy, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, it is what it is, guys. Yeah, I don't know. Would you guys like to see that video, what I've actually found and what I believe, I suppose? I'll be able to put links to where all the information and everything come from. Is it something you guys are interested in? Do you look at that sort of stuff? Okay, what do we got? That stuff on the Kingswood, like that video, mate. I had that stuff on the Kingswood. I agree, you should be under a car. Yeah, well, I lifted it up with the forklift, put my arm undone the cross member, and then put the car back down. It wasn't really practical to put it in onto a lift. But, you know, people that don't do it all the time, and yeah, when you find a procedure, you actually said that. Righto. I think the L67 turbo will fit better than a 5 litre. Will be the Jetsons soon. Yeah, I think so, eh? Do I miss Geelong? I miss one of my best mates, still lives down there, Matt. I miss him a bit. I talked to him a little bit. He's still down there. Yeah, so some of the people from down there, yes. There's not much really in Geelong for me anymore. You know, I've built a pretty good life here in Queensland. I'm a lot older now, but I got myself into a fair amount of trouble down in Geelong, so leaving Geelong was good for me. But yeah, I don't miss Geelong, no. I'm well past Geelong, I must admit. It's not somewhere that I would, you know, it'd be good to be down there and maybe working with Matt again or something, but I will go down and visit and show you some of his cars. He's got a lot of really, really nice cars that you guys will be pretty interested in seeing. Even Milo, another mate that I grew up with down there, he was buying a few, well, we were helping him with some parts for a couple of his builds, stuff he couldn't find. But haven't heard from him for a while. It's hard when you move away, but anyway. We always do the forklift thing. As my boss says, you're not a proper company. What was that? We always do the forklift thing. As the boss says, we're not a proper company. You got to do a risk assessment on it. What forklift is it? Are you under there for any amount of time? You know what I mean? There's, you know, I don't know. The world has gone a little bit nuts with the baby culture of, you know, yeah. I know that when I was out the mines, there was one bloke that just about fucked everything up and made everyone else's life a living hell, all because he couldn't not break stuff all the time and not do the wrong thing. That bloke, I wouldn't let him on a forklift, let alone work underneath something. You know, you've got to make a risk assessment no matter what job you're doing. You know, and who's to say that the forklift, the hoist you're under is well maintained? You know what I mean? Who's to say you haven't had some turkey disconnect the safeties and, you know, and all that sort of stuff. So, I don't know. It is what it is, I suppose. People are going to cry no matter what you do. Yeah, I would love to see that sort of video as I have a 72 HQ tonner. See it still driving in 30 years. I think you will be, mate. With what Porsche's putting together, I can't see why you won't be. And even hydrogen's going to be it's like going to be a gas sort of retrofit sort of thing. Just show the video electric cars. I'll sit down and do it this week. I always think EVs. I don't also think EVs are the way of the future. I don't think they are either. I've little fault. Have you got any Suzuki Sierras? I've got a Feroza, I think. There's a Feroza out the front. It's been here for a while. Yeah, it's one that's got to be fixed to sell. It's just one of those generic ones for work. I will get to it one day. It's not high on my agenda at this point. But you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised what I've put together with the whole EV thing, because I've been obsessed for so long and so involved in the industry. There's other bits that the general public don't have, some of that additional information that I actually do have about what's been going on for the last 20 years. And I didn't even realise what was going on either. And I've been involved with it for the last 20 years. So I'll put the video together and you'll be surprised, I think. Yeah, and it'll make a lot more sense. Some of the car companies that haven't got full on involved in the EV world, and there's reasons why not. And we get lied to a lot. I don't know. Anyone that sits at the lights, realistically, and looks around and goes, in 15 years, all these cars are going to be electric, it's just, you can't believe that. People surely aren't that stupid. But anyway, I won't rant to you about that today. I'll do it another day. I can't believe I've got to pull these bolts out and put more sealer on the freaking things. What an idiot. Anyone would think it was my first rodeo. Oh, well, he's dizzy yet from me with this bloody camera. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be good. I'll sit down and I'll put something together. I'll get all the links together too, so that you guys can check out a lot of the information that I've come across and looked for. And you can go down the rabbit hole and drive your missus as crazy about it as well, because I know Nicole doesn't want to hear it. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it worries me because I've put so much time and effort into building this business, and I haven't even got the good bit yet where I get to play cars every day, you know. So, you know, it will be very interesting to see where the world ends up, that's for sure. Yeah. Like, they can't even keep toilet paper at the bloody supermarket, let alone electricity for electric cars. Like, anyway, what would I know? Hybrid makes more sense. I agree. Hydrogen makes a lot more sense. What do we got? Go back to here. EVs, not the way to Sierras. I have a VRSS. I'll drive that. No, that's it. Porsche is putting fuel together though. Looking for a light Piggin, perfect for Rosa, Sierra. Board collect cars is worse. EV motors are awesome and have a long way in tech and power usage, but batteries are still primitive and is the biggest problem. 100%, I agree. I'll outline all that in the video and see what you reckon. Just started pissing yourself laughing at the EV comment. Oh, when I outline it all, okay, and show you different governments around the world, okay, that have seen this coming a long time ago, okay, and have started a long time ago to put together a solution for their countries. But because we have so many bleeding hearts and green people, you know, pushing whatever agenda, this whole great reset, you'll own nothing and be happy, it all ties into that. It all comes back to that. You'll own nothing and be happy. The whole EV thing. It is absolute madness, and we're getting shoved it down our throat. So it's just I'm keen to go down the conspiracy rabbit hole with you. I'll get started on the video on Monday. I have too much to do over the weekend, but I'll start getting links together and we can all go rabbiting together. Yeah, I'll probably get myself banned on YouTube. But anyway, what do you do, eh? Yeah. It's, I have noticed there was a video that came out today that there was another YouTuber that's just sort of caught up with a bit of the stuff. Because when you see it, you've got to see the stuff and then watch it and see it straight away, because it doesn't stay up for long. Like, it gets hidden and then doesn't get distributed, like, so that you can actually see it. But because I obviously have been down that rabbit hole for a bit, yeah, I click on it straight away, and so I get to actually see it. But they hide a lot of the stuff. Cheeky buggers. Cheeky buggers. I can't believe I didn't put goo on these the first time round. Oh well, what do you do, hey? There's a bit of schmeg on that one now, there shouldn't be. Rightio. Bottom one. Okay. I can't put this onto a holder, but anyway, I'm surprised I haven't got my phone covered in Permatex yet. Mike Frost's message was retracted. What are you carrying on about, Mike Frost? He was laughing because it's taken about EVs will never work in Australia. EVs will work in Australia, but just not in, you can't really call Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney in the city centre, like within 50, 60 Ks, Australia, because it's not Australia, it's just another large capital city in the world. It could be anywhere, you know what I mean? If you take out whatever race is there, it's just the same. It's the same shops, it's the same crap, same offices, same conglomerate businesses. It is just, you know, the same tech workers working in offices. It's not Australia. Once you get out to areas like where I am, that's where there's a difference in the world that we live in. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. And I know that people have to live in the city for work. I'm not saying that you're not Australian if you live in a city. I'm just saying that there's a big difference between, you know, a couple of 100 Ks inland and all the way up than what it is living in Brisbane, Sydney or Melbourne. It's just, you know what I mean? It's not a bad thing. Like, I've lived in those cities myself, but EVs will work in those areas because that's what they're designed for. They're not designed for old V8 knuckleheads that live out the bush like me. Are you going to get a vapor blaster for your restoration business? I would love to. I would love to get a vapor blaster. The sandblasting setup I got is a dry sandblasting setup. I can convert it over to wet blasting, but the actual ones like that Tommy FR and that has, I would love one, but it's a lot of money, and I just don't know if I'm going to be able to stretch the budget that far, to be honest. Like the engine shop's done, I've got all the steel work stuff, so all the bead rollers and English wheels and guillotines and benders and folders and stretchers and all that crap to do steel work. I've got to buy another couple of rotisseries yet. They're not expensive though, that's quite easy to do. A spray booth is one of the next ones. I'm probably not going to buy a dyno because Onsong are just down the road and there's no point really spending that much money to use it occasionally. I'm better off just going down playing with those boys. Yeah, but I don't know if it'll stretch to vapor blaster. I'd love one though. I won't say no. It depends on what comes up. You know what I mean? Like, you just never know. There is that tool company at the moment that's talking to me about sponsorships and stuff. So there's a lot of tools that they will probably give me to use and advertise to you guys. And I hate to do that to you, but at the same time, I think you'll enjoy it anyway. You'll get to see, there's a lot of good tools they've got. You know, they're not a high quality company, but they're also not complete garbage. Finish, it's just good. Just as good as the big ones. Well, there you go. Yeah. So I might be able to, current from EVs. Yeah, I agree. The city areas really go to Mount Isa. Yeah, that's it. Like Mount Isa to Brisbane is a different world, isn't it? Righto. Let's talk these down. Okay. I'm going to do this two-handed because I've got skills, but I quite don't have those skills. So I'm going to set yours up somehow. I can't believe this wouldn't rotate today. Normally I've never had trouble with it not working for a live stream. But anyway, it is what it is. We're still cruising and talking crap and carrying on. So it's all good. Righto. First round, 25 foot-pound. One. Come on. Two. Three. Four. Five. Six. Seven. 8. 9. 10. 11, which means I missed 7, did I? Yep, I did too. I've done one out of order. Oh well. 11, 12. 12, 13. Someone didn't turn their phone on to silent, did they? 13, 14. Sorry, guys. Sound. There we go. 14, 15. Fuck, am I going to get into that one? What am I going to do there? What am I going to do there? What am I going to do? Take that off, take that off, take that off. Yep. 16, 17. That's it. That's us. Righto, we'll reset that. Read some comments. What do we got? Vapor glass. I can see EV. Yeah, it doesn't work, the EV thing, but yeah, you'll need parts to go in a Kia truck like MCM. Vapor blasting. Yeah, FR spec. Who watches Tommy FR? I quite like his videos. He's bloody good at what he does, that's for sure. Think of buying in Kinga. What's it like over there? I'm from WA. Kingatow not too bad. I've found it okay. It works for me. It's been okay for my kids. It can be a bit hit and miss. It's the same as everywhere. There's drug problems everywhere. It's all the same stuff. Like, yeah, it's another town. Work-wise, there's not a lot of work because they don't run road trains through here. There's no big trucking companies really to work for. It's sort of Swiggers is here, which is a pork processing place. They employ most of the area. But, you know, it is what you make it, I suppose. Like, it's been really good to me. I came here with a purpose because it put me within quite a few hours of where all the cars are in southeast Queensland, and that's why I'm here, because it puts me in that sort of spot within a couple of hours of Brisbane and all the rest of it to do what I wanted to do to put this together. So it sort of worked for me, but the cars are getting few and far between out here now, but you know, it is what it is. I am going to sign off, guys. I just sort of pop in and say hello. Yeah, show you that I am working away and doing stuff. It's just, yeah, and one day, yeah, I'll be able to do this every day. It'll be good. Yeah, he owes 200k to old mate. Disappointed to hear that. Oh, I think that thing with Tommy FR and him owing that money was from 2018. I think there's a lot we don't know about it. I think the way old mate carried on with that was wrong. Everyone knows the way Tommy speaks, and then for him to cause that trouble with Rudnick and that, you know, I don't know the backstory, but at the same time, everyone's still standing behind him, so it couldn't be all that bad. And that guy was giving money away. Like, I don't accept money from people, but you know, if you don't have the option like I have to build a towing business to pay for what you got to do, and there's some guy that's just clout chasing, why wouldn't you take the money? You know what I mean? Yes, he probably should have paid it back, but who knows what the deal was? That's the thing. 2018, that's a long time ago to owe this money. And yeah, it's hard, but yeah, I believe that Tommy wasn't that bad. Yeah, Rudnick's the only one that doesn't talk to him though. Red, you're only over it, you watch the same YouTubers as us. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I don't know. I do watch Tommy. I appreciate what he does, and I appreciate what it's taken for him to put that business together. I don't think he intentionally tried to rip anyone off or do anything. You know, it's a shame that he lost that friendship with Rudnick, but it's hard to know. You know, like, I don't know. All right, well, yeah, I'm going to finish this off. I've just got to concentrate on it properly and not miss things like putting that thread sealer on. But yeah, there are more videos coming. There's a little ute that I got going out the front there the other day that come in that I'm pretty to do something with. I probably won't get to the Mazda till after this thing's running, but by then a compression tester will turn up. I'm not even really going to bother playing with it until I got a compression tester here. I will put the coil on and try and get it to go. If it does, then you'll see me with that thing. But other than that, yeah, no doubt I'll be buying other crap this week, and I'll film it and I'll show you, because there's always more cars every day. Like every day, it's ridiculous. But anyway, thank you very much, guys. Thanks for the guys for the super chats. Make sure you like the video. It always helps. Cool. Hopefully I'll make some noise in this tomorrow. See you.